You know, sunshine used to just be for tanning, but the truth, sunlight is actually the secret sauce for your immune system after 60.
And no, we're not talking about joining a cult. What we are talking about is firepower at a cellular level, and you may be missing it.
Well, this is Jim. He thought sunshine was just for fishing trips and farmers' tan lines until he found out it might be the reason he's standing.
And this is Tab. She's about to make you question every vitamin D pill you've swallowed in the last 30 years.
And together, we're Unretired AF. Hello and welcome to today's episode of the Unretired AF podcast, where today we're going to be talking about sunlight for aging bodies. But before we go there, we have two things. First, we want to thank our subscribers. Thank you so much. We really appreciate you.
Thank you.
And if you're a new viewer, welcome. And if you're a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back. And we encourage you to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss anything. And the second thing we want to talk about today is an important day. Today is our 75th anniversary episode. Not anniversary, but it's our 75th episode. The anniversary of our 75th episode. Yeah?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So thank you guys so much. We've learned a lot in these 75 episodes.
Yes, we have.
If you want to see just how much, go back to episode 1. Take a peek at it. And you'll see how much we've been learning over these past, almost 4 months?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So first up, we're going to talk about why that morning sunshine is more important than you might think. Well, most of us know that sunlight helps our bodies create vitamin D, and that's really important. But what a lot of people don't know is that when you're looking at the whole spectrum of light from sunlight, is that the UV rays, which are what create the vitamin D in our body, are very short waves. And there are other longer waves that are the infrared waves, and you can't supplement that with vitamin D. So we know that the vitamin D that we get from sunlight or from supplementation, that will help us with our immune system.
Right.
It'll help us with our bones and bone density. But what also happens is that our skin actually will release nitric oxide, and that works, it works to lower our blood pressure and helps to reduce inflammation. Which you can't get from supplements.
Right.
So, just because you're taking a vitamin D supplement, don't think you're getting all the same benefits that you're getting if you're out in the sunlight.
Yeah. Dr. Richard Weller, a dermatologist from the University of Edinburgh, says this may partly explain why rates of high blood pressure and cardiovascular disease are lower in sunnier climates.
Wow. Wow is right.
And don't forget about the infrared light.
Right.
So according to Dr. Roger Seaholt, just 15 to 20 minutes of sunlight a day boosts your immunity.
Right.
And that's via your mitochondrial activation beyond vitamin D.
Well, obviously, guys, we're doing some sciencey shit in this episode. Now, understand we're gonna include a resources page at the end of this video, because we aren't doctors.
No,
we aren't health professionals. No. We aren't credentialed with any of this, but we're bringing you information that maybe you aren't familiar with, or it doesn't cross your path. So we're trying to bring stuff to you that we think will benefit the over 60 group. But some of these words are hard to pronounce for us. So mitochondria, that's the one. And even though it sounds weird, and even though we're having a hard time pronouncing some of these things, this is really important stuff, and stuff that we didn't know. And I'm going to give a shout out to where I heard it. I watched a podcast called The Diary of a CEO, and it's a wonderful podcast. And they had a doctor on there, which I don't remember his name now, but I'll put it down here when I do my post editing.
Let's call him Dr. Sunshine.
Okay. And he talked a lot about these things. So it caused me to do some research and look into it, because I saw the benefits for the over 60 crowd to understand this very free thing, which is sunshine, how dramatically it can benefit the over 60 group. So next, let's talk about what sunshine does inside your cells, because, this is where it's going to get a little technical and sticky, because we're going to talk about mitochondria again. All right. Emerging science is showing that red and near infrared light has a significant impact on mitochondrial ATP production. And what ATP production is that is your cell's energy currency. So when that is amplified and encouraged to be more active, what you're going to see, the result wise, is going to be better recovery for you. I mean, there's a lot of scientific shit that we'll put at the end of the episode, so you can look it up and see that we're not lying. But you're going to have less oxidative stress. You're going to repair quicker. You're going to recover quicker when you have issues. And they're finding that it really is beneficial to people over 60.
Have you ever wondered why your energy seemed to tank when you hit your 60s? I know I did. Research links mitochondrial decline to weaker immune responses.
Right.
So, meaning that your immune system's not as strong in your 60s as it was in earlier life, especially your T cell activation. Now, the T cells are the guys, the
little soldiers.
The little soldiers that go out and fight to keep your immune system strong.
Right.
Well, guess what is the biggest repair of that is sunlight.
Right.
If you don't get sun, you're not helping yourself gain a strong immune system.
Right. Well, and let's get into the immune side of that, because that's really important, because sunshine powers more than just your tan. Well, and like Jim said, I mean, there's evidence out there, scientific evidence, and please read our links for our resources at the end of this article, at the end of this video, and I'll also put them in the description. But it talks about how sunlight directly energizes your T cells and gets in there and supports your immune system. And this is without vitamin D even being involved. So if you think that not going out in the sun, you can just take vitamin D supplements, that's great for some things.
Yeah.
That's going to replicate what your body, creates from the shortwave ultraviolet rays from the sun, but it's not going to replicate the stuff that you get from the infrared and the near infrared light. It just isn't.
Yeah. So the full spectrum, you need to think of that as an upgrade to your body's frontline soldiers, your T cells.
Right. Exactly.
And this is even more critical as we age.
Right. No, you're exactly right. And of course, too much of a good thing can be a problem too.
Sure.
So let's talk about being smart and safe when we're out in the sun. Well, studies have shown that moderate exposure to the sun is helpful. But they say that anything over 2 hours is not good, and it can actually cause structural decline in your brain in older adults. So, we want to be mindful of that too.
Yeah, but that's not saying that if you know that your average golf round is 4 hours, that you can't go play golf anymore.
Right.
All we're saying is, for a couple hours or for even 15 or 20 minutes, don't have your hat on, have your sleeves rolled up.
Right.
Don't put sunblock on.
Right.
Because there is such an advantage
to
doing 15 minutes to a half hour to your bodies that it's really, really worth it. So you've got a simple task to do. You find the amount of sun that feels like you get fulfilled and you get the rays, but you don't burn. You don't want to get a sunburn. That's not good for anyone.
Right. Well, and we know sunburn is one of the causes of skin cancer.
Right.
And we don't want that, or melanoma or whatever. So
for most people in direct sun, and again, this is geographical.
right.
You know, we live in the hot desert Southwest. Our sun's pretty intense, but it's proven that 15 to 20 minutes is the perfect amount for most people.
Right. Well, and going out in the morning sun is the most beneficial for you. So, you know, try and you know, I read one article and it said, you know, try to go out at sunrise. And if you're outside, you know, and you only need about 20 to 25% of your body exposed, because now the short waves, the ultraviolet rays cannot penetrate clothing. And so you need to have at least, you know, 20 to 25% of your body exposed for those rays.
Gotcha.
But the long rays, the infrared and the near infrared, they can penetrate your clothing. And not only can they penetrate your clothing, but they can penetrate about 8 centimeters deep into your skin, which is how you get that mitochondrial activation for your T cells. So that's really important.
Yeah.
Well, the takeaway from today's episode is that sunshine isn't just nostalgia. I mean, I think all of us remember that. I mean, I laid out in the sun with baby oil on me all day when in the 70s. I don't know what changed between then and now, but now I can't. I mean, I will fry out there. Maybe the sun's different. I don't know. But it isn't just nostalgia. I mean, it's cellular medicine, and it's something that we need. We need it for our immune system. We need it for our bones. We need it for blood pressure. We need it for mood. We need it for sleep. You know, for anybody over 60, the benefits definitely outweigh the risks, especially if you're smart about it.
Oh, sure. Yeah. So go outside, you know, be unharmed by what you've been told about the UV fear, but stay smart, stay safe about it, and let your body absorb what it's been missing.
Yeah.
I promise you, you'll feel better. You will feel better if you get some sunshine every day.
Yeah.
So we have a comment section. If you have anything to comment about this, if sun makes you feel good, if you just feel like your day's not complete unless you get outside every day, drop us a note in our comments. We'd love to hear from you. We're fortunate in Arizona. We get a lot of sun. I mean, for us, we welcome rainy days, which don't happen very often.
Right.
So everybody, regionally, it's different, but enjoy yourself. Just be safe.
Yeah.
Drop us a note in our comments. We'd love to hear from you, and we'll certainly respond to you. Thank you.
Yep. And don't forget that we're going to have an ending slide at the end of this video that has all the resources where we got this information. So you can look it up for yourself and see that we're not just pulling shit out of the air, trying to lead you astray, but it's actually based in fact. We'll also put it in the description, where what's better about it in the description is that you can actually click the link and it'll just automatically take you to the article so you can read it for yourself. So anyway, if you find that our content resonates with you and you want to join the Unretired AF tribe, please consider subscribing to our channel. We have new content that we put out every weekday, Monday through Friday.
Yep.
Well, we're not slowing down.
Neither should you.
And together, we're Unretired AF.